And guys, right now, the defense mentally not there. Can't afford too many of those in a close game like this.
Yeah, Jay, you're right. Almost a free run, don't you think? Clark to the hoop for him there.
Momentum can swing on plays like that, Kevin, especially when the finish has that much thunder on it.
Knight dishes to Howard. Outside for Thornton. All sorts of time. Up again and in by Howard.
What a big-time mismatch it's been in the post. Where's the defensive adjustment? They're getting housed down there.
Something's got to change. A double team, maybe a substitution, but this is getting out of hand. Yeah, just nice strength there and then just off with the shot.
Boy, with all the contact he drew there, Greg, that would have been a heck of a bucket. He nearly got it to go.
2 shots.
And he sinks the second.
And David Lee missing time early last season with that hamstring injury also opened the door up for Draymond Green to kind of take that starting power forward role. And give Lee credit, though. Didn't sulk, just threw himself into his new role as a super sub.
Timeout called, the Suns. And sometimes it feels like Brandon Knight is the Rodney Dangerfield of the NBA. The poor guy just doesn't get much respect.
Yeah, I agree with you, Kevin. Through the end of last season, he'd already been on 3 teams in 5 years. On one hand, it may be disrespectful, but teams recognize his ability, too.
Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
Thank you, guys. I had a chance to find out what Jeff Phoneix was discussing with his players. He was riding them pretty hard for the number of silly fouls they've committed in this game. He said, listen, we need to have some defensive discipline. Stop fighting on the shot fakes, stop reaching in, and stop giving them free points at the free throw line. We'll see if they'll respond, guys.
And on the topic of Brandon Knight, you have to wonder why he's been traded around so much. I mean, it wasn't due to a slow start because he made the All-NBA rookie first team. He's smart, has a strong work ethic, proved himself to be a clutch shooter in college, the kind of guy you normally wouldn't think about dealing for someone else.
Pass to Teletovic. Lets it go from deep. Another 3 for Phoenix.
You talk about getting back into the game, folks. 3 is better than 2.
Always simple math. That's that UNLV education coming to play. He knows all about that as well. Most of his points have been 3-point shots.
Come on now. We got calculus at our school. And that steal paid instant dividends.
No wasted time or motion getting out on that fast break. You know, talking about Brandon Knight, part of the reason he's been traded so often is because teams are offering great prospects in return. Detroit dealt him for Brandon Jennings, and Milwaukee dealt him for Michael Carter-Williams. You know, a lot of bigger power forwards than him in the NBA, but very few that rise up like he can.
Carter inside the 3-point line. The shot misses. So Houston will take it the other way. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. They'll be playing host to Portland for their next game. That game will be a quick pit stop before hitting the road again.
That was the 3rd straight high percentage look this defense has allowed. I mean, these defenders have got to start bumping bodies in the paint. Be more physical. Be more aggressive.
The game's just far too easy right now when it comes to attacking the basket. They have got to do better.
Lawson outside. Screen by Howard. And Thornton kicks to Lawson. And another 3 for Houston.
And thus far, they've managed to overcome an off game from him offensively.
Harden the pass to Carter. The ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Harden.
I tell you what, that's just a major unforced error right there, guys. My goodness.
Houston leading by 6. Lawson outside. Stolen. And now the Suns, a fast break. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
Yeah, how about the sharp steal and then run out? It looks like they're ready to put the hammer down.
Well, we've been waiting for one of these teams, Greg, to pull away. Maybe that'll be a springboard for them.
Could be. A dunk like that coming off a great defensive play has to build some momentum.
And that was Kia bringing you the close-up on the big-time play.
Yeah, he'll make the walk of shame back to the bench. He gets to watch the rest from the sideline.
Burke, he's checked in for Phoneix.
And that fourth foul, guys, might force him to scale back the aggression from a defensive standpoint. He does not need, nor does the team need, number 5.
That free throw, no good.
And what a tremendous game for Thornton. 12-point.
And here is Burke. There's the dish to Phoneix. Harden inside the three-point line. Bullseye! Harden's got 5 points now in the quarter.
They're shooting it quite well now. Again, function of shot selection, ball movement. Guys are in rhythm, confident, free-flowing, and they're knocking down their shots.
Jones, no one around him. The Rockets with another miss. Phoneix has gone 2 for 2 from three-point land to start the fourth quarter. Here's Phoneix. There's the screen to take the lead. And Jones pulls it down. Jones has got 6 rebounds in the game. Rockets have gone 7 of 10 shooting the ball since the start of the fourth quarter. Again, the miss by Jones.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Burke dishes to Carter. Suns keep it alive. Here's Phoneix. The tray. Good for his 8th field goal. He's attempted a dozen shots.
And when he gets it going, this is what can happen. They need to think about the double team now.
The Rockets trail. Now here's Lawson. From the top of the key. And good. He nails it.
And after a scoreless first half, you're starting to see signs of life here in the second.
To the left wing. Here's Phoneix. No good on the 3.
Not good shot selection. Long range and a defender all up in your jersey.
And, you know, that's just the kind of defensive work he's known for. I mean, he can take that shot away from you and does it more times than not.
A good look there, and he didn't waste it. His second 3 of the game.
And stolen by Thornton. Here's Ariza. He has a highlight reel unto himself, guys.
Yeah,
wow.
That could very well be a contender for Dunk of the Year and perhaps might make its way all over the internet.
I tell you what, that is the crowd pleaser of all crowd pleasers.
I tell you what, you don't want to allow too many of those kinds of baskets with the game on the line.
This is when the defenders really have to protect the basket. You need to be in sync as a unit defensively.
Fires from the wing. And it's Phoneix with the rebound. Tomic has got his 8th rebound here tonight.
They get that one, but guys, on the night, that's been the problem, securing the ball.
They've been out-hustled. At this point, hard to see them recovering from that.
Now a timeout called by Houston. Goes up off the inbound, and it's denied. And so it looks like the Rockets will retain possession here. 1:57 left in the fourth. Thornton no good.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Phoneich's shot is good.
And he's having quite the quarter, converting at a really high percentage.
Houston's gotten off to a great start from three-point range in the final quarter. They're a perfect 3 of 3. Howard with a screen on Harden. And Thornton kicks to Lawson. Screen by Jones. Shot clock at 6. He got an advantage there off the pick and took it right in. 9 points for Ty Lawson. The Suns trailing. We've got 1:23 left in the fourth quarter of this one, and the shot is good. Carter's got a pair of threes here in the fourth quarter for the Suns.
They're relying on their three-point shooting and getting pretty good results right now.
You're right. 3 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc. Unbelievable basket. I mean, giving up a lot of height there, but he was not to be denied.
Not when the game's hanging in the balance. That makes it a little different. He's going to get to the rim no matter who was standing in the way on that one.
It's been a tight one so far. Very close game.
Well, 7 lead changes, Kevin, in this one, and we could very well be seeing more.
And matchups, it's really what it's all about, and these two teams are really equal.
Oh, that certainly could be costly. In a close one, those kinds of mistakes can really give the other team momentum.
On the wing, Harden. Yes!
This is exactly what happens when you allow James Harden to heat up.
And turnovers have been the issue for him.
Yeah, it sure has been the case. I mean, turnovers are like missing breakfast. Eventually, it's going to cost you.
Well, I've always thought that it was good to maybe miss a breakfast or 2, but that's another story. Anyhow, you can see the coaches have gotten into him a little bit about this. They've got to do a better job of taking care of the ball.
Here's Teletovic, defended by Jones. So the whistle blows on the shot, and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
Clearly a foul. I mean, didn't give him any choice but to blow the whistle. I mean, you got to play without fouling.
So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 6-point ball game.
And no mistakes there. Good free throws to give them just a little bit more cushion. Time running low here.
A quick score, Greg, and then probably foul him right away.
Buries it. And now they trail by just 4. And it's Phoenix's ball. They're on a 16-6 run. And now we've got the intentional foul. So the first one drops, and that puts them up by 5. And he cannot convert on the second. That misses. Timeout called, the Rockets. They're behind by 5. 23 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Guys, what do you think?
You know what? And they're going to draw up something where they can get a quick shot and then maybe a foul.
That's got to be the game plan here. I mean, free throws are really their only hope. Point with the clock stop.
Out of bounds, Phoenix takes possession.
It's just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
And so they foul intentionally. He doesn't hit the first, and that was the one they really wanted. He's got one more, though. And he ends up making the second, and that increases their lead to 6. We've got 22 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Thornton passes to Jones. Burke grabs the miss. Carter kicks to Phoneix, and stolen by Howard. Lawson has the open look. Nails it! 6 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. And they stop the clock as soon as they can with the intentional foul.
Yeah, you have to do that, though. You can't just let them dribble the game out.
Exactly. I mean, you got to stop the clock any way possible and hope they alligator arm a few of those free throws.
And he can't get the second one to drop either. Coming up empty that time. Here's Ariza. Off target with that shot. And so it's Phoneix who scraped by with the win. It was up for grabs right until the final seconds, Clark.
You know what? They showed their character in crunch time, though, doing what had to be done to send these fans home happy.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan saying thank you for watching the NBA presented by 2K Sports. Now it's time to head back to the studio with Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny Smith.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Hi again, everybody. This is Ernie Johnson, joined by Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Time now to present our Jordan Player of the Game, James Harden.
There's no doubt about it. This guy is a leader. He was in attack mode all night, calling for it and delivering in some big, big plays and baskets. His point total shows everything that I'm talking about. The defense was like, what am I going to do? And he was like, nothing, because I'm toying with you.
I don't know if there's a fan base that loves their star more than this crowd. Wow. I'm getting jealous, and he feeds off that support. Once they got behind him, he became unstoppable, man.
And that'll do it for this edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. Hope you enjoyed the show. From myself, Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, have a wonderful evening.